Hello, and welcome to Sunday. Oh boy, my voice is getting better, throat is getting better, but it's still pretty shaky. Um, this is, this is gonna be a bit different of a whole video. Well, first off, it's going to be a struggle for me to get through it because um, my voice is in shambles. But that's not going to stop me because I have been meaning to talk about this for a couple days now. Um, if you remember, back last month, after the whole concert that I was at, and right around Thanksgiving time, I talked about the song Black Mold by Prince Daddy and the Hyena. And that kind of led me to something else. So, to recap, Black Mold is a track about reaching out to old friends that you haven't talked to in uh, a while, right? That was my understanding of it. Um, the whole album is kind of crazy, and my understanding of the song, it is very windy out. My the message that I got was talk to your loved ones and reach out to them because tomorrow is not guaranteed, and you have no idea what the future holds in store. So just make sure that those who are important to you, who you are as a person, who have been a important figure in your life, whether it's friends or family or maybe an acquaintance or anybody, somebody who is that important to you, right? Could be anyone, somebody you haven't talked to in a couple days, couple weeks, or couple years. Reach out to them and make sure that they're okay and that they know that they're important to you. So, this is going to sound kind of weird, but it's something I've dealt with for a long time. It might be, I'm not so sure how common knowledge this is, but I think I've definitely had to have said it here on multiple occasions, but I don't get angry or stressed or anxious. Sure, we all experience those things to some degree or some point, right? Just a couple days ago when my computer decided to absolutely just have a field day with itself because I replaced because the CMOS battery died, and kind of had a mini freak out because of course it did, right? My computer that I've been using for the past years and years and years, something that I use every day of my life, just failed on me. Of course I feel some kind of stress or anxiety, but it's nothing that's going to affect me that badly. I mean, it definitely stung in the moment, but we're all good now, and that's kind of the deal with things. You just gotta roll with the punches as they come up, and this was one of those. Luckily for me, it all worked out, but that was an extreme case. That was maybe one of the more stressful, anxiety-inducing events I've had this entire year. And despite everything, it was not that big of a deal, right? I knew at some point this was going to happen. I just hate that in the way that it happened, right? So after that kind of thing, it's just like that was the big thing for me, right? Even then, I wasn't too worried, right? I knew I had things that I could do to help alleviate that situation. But we need to move past that, right? So that's the whole. That's really the biggest thing that happened to me. That's kind of anxiety, stress inducing, anger inducing, really. This entire year, I don't think I felt that kind of emotion with anything. So, that's fine. But I've always said that in exchange for not being able to have such a deep, to feel any of those really to such a degree, I kind of traded those emotions in favor, well, so my lack of those emotions were traded off so that in exchange I don't feel, I guess, like happiness, empathy, or love to an extent. And what I mean by that is that I don't think I've ever really loved somebody. And that's, well, that's kind of a weird statement as well. So to me, there are two kinds of love. There is loving someone, and there is being in love with somebody. Loving somebody is more of a platonic kind of love. Somebody that you care about, somebody that your friends, your family, those people that you love, that you have a deep, my stomach is growling. Those people that you have a deep emotional connection with, right? You truly love them, but it's not a romantic kind of love. That is what being in love to me is like. I've been in love a handful of times, really, and I've never felt what it was like to actually love somebody. And that really changed. I feel like that change kind of happened where I was able to feel that for the first time. I think it started with the whole Black Mold thing, and then, it was that whole song, that whole album hit me pretty hard, and then only a couple of days later, it was Thanksgiving. So then I started messaging people who, I had messaged around the time, but it was just saying, hey, I'm thankful for you. And then when I was messaging probably my oldest friend, like, who I've known for like half my life, well over a decade, I was just saying, hey, I'm thankful for you. And in that moment, I felt different. I felt kind of a rush, a feeling of both relaxation and peace and just being at ease. And it was a comforting feeling. And at that point in time, I felt that I had fully unlocked that part of my brain that had been closed off all these years. It was different. It was weird. It was crazy. And of course, I just started messaging other people who I felt thankful for, other friends, other friend groups, and just sending that kind of message to them. It was different. It was unique. And that same kind of rush I got when I sent it to that initial friend, I got that same rush as I was speaking to other people. And it was something that I had never felt before. And now when I think of those people, and when I'm talking to those people, I get that same feeling. And to me, and my understanding of human emotions, one that my understanding is also deeply flawed, and unlike any other person, also I've struggled with those kind of emotions for the past decade plus. I feel like now it's finally the time where I can actually feel this. And I was only able to really articulate this and put this into words as of maybe this week, where I finally kind of understood, oh, this is what that is. This is what love is, and that's what it means to love somebody in a fully platonic sense of, this is somebody I deeply care about. This is someone who's very important to me, and this is someone who I only wish the best for. And being able to finally understand that emotion, I think has opened a completely new kind of avenue for me. It's something very different and something, again, I will always say this, but it's uniquely human and unique to me. Well, it's probably not uniquely human, but to this level of depth that I'm experiencing feels very human, and it's really different. Like I said, I always feel like I've traded those kind of feelings, those happy, loving emotions, so that I don't have those kind of stress, scary, anxiety emotions. And in a sense, I feel like I've unlocked the good without having to think about the bad. Sure, my computer failing was a horrible experience, but that could be any number of things, right? If I broke my phone just now, I would feel all those things, but it's not the end of the world. It's just, well, I gotta get a new phone. And as much as that sucks, it's something that just happens, right? You know, you get hit with a moment of, this is the worst, right? And, you know, I will occasionally stub my toe and I will feel all sorts of angry, but, you know, that's only for 3 seconds at tops until, well, however long stubbing your toe hurts for. But then it's just, yeah, I know I stubbed my toe. You know, my computer died. Okay, yeah, this is a whole day of, oh, this sucks. This is a whole thing, a whole endeavor. Oh no, my phone died, or oh, something happened. I guess normal people, well, not normal people, but to others, it would affect them to a much greater extent or have much more of an impact, but to me it's just, it's whatever. It's not that big of a deal. So I feel like I've been able to just unlock part of my brain that has been closed off for me for over a decade, and now it's a whole new world for me, and I'm excited to explore now, being able to just have a whole new perspective on things, being able to experience things that I was unable to for who knows how long, and I'm looking forward to it. With that said, I'm going to call it here for today. Bit of a long one, but it's been a journey. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then, later.